died in 1960, and you never got to know him, not really. Never got to have smoke with him.
By the mid-1980s, Johnny Cash was about to start his fourth decade in country music. To many people around the world, he was country music. But his solo records were no longer selling. Only 2 singles had reached the top 10 in more than a decade. Many of his recent albums failed to chart at all. In 1986, Columbia Records abruptly dropped Cash from its roster. He had been with the label since 1958. No one, including Cash, saw it coming.
It was like somebody dropped an atom bomb in Nashville. The guy that ran Columbia at the time, Rick Blackburn, everybody thought he was the devil because Johnny Cash was more than an artist. He was a way of life for America.
It was regrettable and reprehensible that he was just kind of summarily, disrespectfully dismissed and cast aside by a label that had made millions and millions of dollars with Johnny Cash's music. The fact that Columbia Records would drop Johnny Cash was an insult to anybody who'd ever listened to music.
Meanwhile, Cash's eldest daughter, Roseanne, was carving out her own career in country music. She carried painful memories of her father's neglect in the 1960s, when he was strung out on drugs and never at home. But she also shared his deep love of music and his fierce individualism.
It was so important to me that I do it on my own. Even thought of changing my name. And my dad didn't say anything about that. He knew I was considering that. And then when I didn't, he said, "I'm so happy that you kept your name. You know, I'm so proud of our name. So happy you didn't give it up." And I realized that would have hurt him terribly.
She and her husband, Rodney Crowell, who was also her producer, had moved from Los Angeles to Nashville, where she had trouble fitting in.
When I moved to Nashville, I had purple hair. I was a little bit streetwise, urban girl, straight from Los Angeles, and, you know, brazen, just came on the scene like, oh, here I am, and this is great, and I really put people off.
But her song, "I Don't Know Why You Don't Want Me," went to #1 and won a Grammy.
She was selling records. People were getting her music. And that will endear you to the establishment pretty quick because it adds to the bottom line. So you'd be surprised at how much respect you get when your records are selling. And you probably wouldn't be surprised how little you get when they're not.
Roseanne Cash's newest album went gold and produced 4 consecutive #1 singles, including Tennessee Flat Top Box, a song her father had first recorded in 1961.
I felt kind of guilty that my career was really, I was having a lot of #1 records and getting a lot of attention. At the same time, my dad was dropped from Columbia and he was really floundering. I felt bad for him because he put a lot of stock in being Johnny Cash. And to not have that, he was a little disconcerted and at sea and depressed.